Hi guys. Excuse me. I thought I was done with losing my voice. Welcome to another full moon reading. This is the final full moon of 2023, the calendar year 2023. It's in Cancer, the Cancer full moon. And wanted to show you the cup before I put it up and get it out of my way. We have some new cups. You can see some stuff on YouTube under the video, but all of the stuff that we have is actually on the website. You can either go to Wildlove Paradise, the Wildlove Paradise Foundation.org, or Love and Science One or lovescience1.com, I believe is what it is. I don't even know what it's in the description box. I'm like, there's so many of them. I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, so the hoodie, the Fool hoodie, and the cup. And we're also doing a raffle for, let me get the cards really quick. Hold on one second. Let me grab the cards really fast. So we're going to do a raffle. Oh, that one's upside down. And it will be on January 1st is when I'm going to pull the names. So if you donate $10 for every $10 you donate to the Wildlove Paradise Foundation, the information is in the description box. You will get your name put in the raffle one time. And on January 1st, I will draw two names. Each name will get one of these tarot decks from my own personal collection. I've had them for a really long time, but they're in like pristine condition. So I'm clearing out energy and I want to gift these. And also a 30-minute reading with me will also be one of the prizes. So if you just go down and click the link for the Wildlove Paradise Foundation, I'll put the raffle link like the first thing in the description box for this video. And donate. And for every $10, you'll get your name put in a little raffle. And we're doing this because I'm having surgeries in January, several. And so we're going to have to pay the bills somehow, and I won't be able to do personal readings. And so this will really help me out to be able to do that, to be able to take care of all of that stuff. The surgeries that I'm having are going to help me with my mobility and just like my overall health on this cancer journey. Like my quality of life is the most important, and that's what these surgeries are doing for me. They're really helping with quality of life, and like I have a really hard time walking these days, and so I'm getting things taken care of, and so it's pretty awesome. So yeah, so the raffle and all the proceeds for any of the merchandise also goes to helping me to get through the bills for surgery. So let's get started on the Cancer full moon. Thanks for going through that whole with me. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at this Cancer full moon. This full moon, excuse me, this full moon is really not a time to force anything. So it's the day after Christmas. It's Tuesday, December 26th. It'll be in the evening on Tuesday, 5:33 p.m. Mountain Time, 7:33 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:33 p.m. Pacific Time. So you can figure out your time from there if you're not in those time zones. But and it'll be at 4 degrees and 58 seconds Cancer, full moon. We just round that up to 5 degrees, basically. When we're that close to 5, might as well be 5 degrees anyways. And on Christmas Day, on the 25th, the day before, we had Venus trine Neptune. So it was a really nice, kind of slow, easy day. And that really leads into the full moon in Cancer as well. And we also have this Mercury and Mars conjunction here. And and square Neptune. So then we also have more. The sun is trine Jupiter, will be exact on Wednesday, and we have the moon sextile Jupiter as well. So there's a lot of energy going on with this full moon. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I think that this is just a lot of emotions are coming up. I think that, you know, the Venus trine Neptune the day before really opened up a lot of emotions to sort of spill out. And I think this Cancer full moon is, you know, making us aware of the space that needs to be made, you know, so that we are able to create in the new year. A lot of people are having endings happening in 2023. I've been working with a lot of people that are having endings in 2023. And there's just so much opportunity on the other side of those endings that's opening up. A whole new energy is coming in January of 2024. Whole new energy, whole brand new energy with Pluto ingressing Aquarius. And, you know, we're going to feel Pluto in Aquarius a little bit longer this time. And then in 2025, Pluto will be in Aquarius for good, right? But with this, you know, and Pluto in Aquarius is not going to be a savior by any means. It's just going to be a new energy, and new energies and change is always necessary. It's not going to be a savior. It has to break things down, and the Aquarius themes that are, you know, breaking things down, you know, humanity. There's a lot, you know, I feel like people are going to be rising up. I feel like because humanity has been breaking down for a really long time, you know, the way that there's no longer community, the way that there's no longer people helping people don't give a shit about each other anymore. And Pluto in Aquarius isn't going to have that. And so there's going to be a lot of breaking things apart and breaking things down and sort of forcing us to sort of come back together, you know, or find new ways of surviving, you know, after we have the nuclear family tore us apart. There's a lot that's going to change. Industrial stuff is going to change. Technology is going to change. Social media is going to be a really big way. You know, the way that we communicate is going to change, and then it's going to be transformed into something else. Like Pluto is about alchemy. And I bring all of this up because this Cancer full moon represents a lot of the restrictions that we place ourselves under for ourselves. The Sabian symbol for 5 degrees Cancer is an automobile wrecked by a train. And so the imagery of this is knowing when to say when, knowing when to stop, knowing when to not keep driving over the train tracks when you know that the train is coming and it's going to destroy you if you keep going. Because if you keep going, then you stall out on the train tracks, then you're wrecked by the train. And so this is an opportunity to really, and there's a lot of ego-driven energy with it, right? There's a lot of that with this, you know, Mercury square Neptune. There's going to be a lot of confusion, I think, with this full moon. I think that there's going to be a lot of, like, you know, where there are unstable foundations, where there's this instability that that needs to come apart, where there's an instability that needs to come apart. I believe that these are the times where we see those cracks, right? Where we start to see those cracks and they're crumbling. We still have that Venus trine Neptune. And so the emotions are very, very high and very deep and almost, some people might even feel very good under this energy. Some people might be able to get a lot of stuff accomplished. But when you're under this energy and you're trying to get a lot of it accomplished, when is it time to rest? Under a Cancer full moon, we have to remember the nurturing, how are we nurturing ourselves? You are the most important priority in life. I know people don't believe that, and people think that that's a selfish thing for me to say. What a spiritual, narcissistic thing to say. No. When we come into this world, we are influenced by the outside world so much that we forget ourselves. And at some point in our lives, we have to stop kidding ourselves by coddling ourselves and everybody all the time and doing what everybody wants and being that people pleaser and not saying no, always being the yes man, right? There's always a time for you to say no. And I've seen a lot of people this year recognize with the North Node in Aries, and we have Chiron getting closer to the North Node, which will be conjunct all of February. That's going to be a really fun healing time. But with this Chiron, with Aries, with the North Node in Aries, there's been a lot of finding independence within your relationships. And some of us have found that finding independence within our relationships means that we have to leave the relationships because the other person has never wanted us to be independent. And this Cancer full moon is going to reveal that to you. And you're going to even see how you can even wreck your own self by not making your own peace a priority. And oftentimes the holidays can be that double-edged sword where we really feel so good and so yummy and like everything is feeling like fantastic and all right, and bring it all in. I said that as it was 11:11 on the clock. But on the other end, it can be really stressful, and it can bring out some pretty petty monsters from family and from people that are really meant to like love each other, and they just don't. They like the true colors come out during the holidays quite often. I still feel like this full moon, I don't know that it's going to have a lot of physical energy behind it, because of these aspects to Neptune, the Mars and the Mercury aspects to Neptune, the Venus aspect to Neptune, and even having the sun here, still just 2 degrees sextile off Saturn, and the moon trine 2 degree, the moon just trine Saturn before going full, right? The moon will trine Saturn before going full. So, there's kind of a seriousness I feel to the day. And I feel like this day is meant to kind of be revealing, to open up some energy, to open up some spaces. I don't really see the whole end of this year having a whole bunch of like physical energy and like really wanting to, get out there and, do a whole lot of physical energy. I feel like this is contemplation time, with Mercury retrograde, and, now that it's regressed to Sagittarius, it's time to contemplate. Mercury will go direct on January 1st. And January 1st is still going to be a very big day of contemplation. There's not really a super fast-paced energy until about a week into January. So calm down, chill out, let things come as they may, and don't try to force the way stuff is supposed to look, because your health is your first priority. You are your first priority. When people ask me what the meaning of life is, I tell them you are the meaning of life. What you do with your life and the journey that you have in this world, that's the meaning of life. But what's the big meaning of life for humanity. I think it's love, but I think we have a long way to get there. There's a lot. I think there's a lot of meanings for humanity. And I don't think that we need to be worried about that. And so this full moon is a reminder to conserve. Now is a time of conservation. It is not a time to push, 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 push. You know, pushing can often lead to, hurting yourself a whole lot more. So let's see. Let's do some tarot. Let's look at some tarot. Hold on, I'm going to pause this again just really quick. Give me a second. I'm back. All right. Woo. Oh, wow. Well, that card just does not want to be read. It's the Eight of Swords. It's like it keeps on going away from me. That's pretty funny. Let's get this all shuffled up here a little bit. So I really do feel like the last part of this year is about energy conservation and, like wrapping things up and just kind of getting to a good place for yourself, where you're feeling confident and ready to start new projects in the new year. Yeah, and I think that what you're consuming is a really big question. I think that where you're placing your energies is a really big question. The Six of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. So it is, I feel like the focus here is on where you're placing your energy with the Six of Pentacles. Like, are you giving too much of yourself with not enough reception back, like receptivity? Just don't want it to, hold on a second. Let's do this. I'll try not to yell into the microphone, but that's a better place for it. But like, are you giving your energy to places that don't have a lot of receptivity back to you? We have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords makes me feel like for some of you, you have decisions that you need to make, and I feel like you just don't really want to do it right now. And I think that I almost want to say that that's fine. Like the decision making stuff, I almost want to say, like, wait until we get into January before you really start making decisions. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't want you to skip any steps. There's this like, not, it's about not rushing into the next thing. And it's also about not rushing into the next focus. Like, like that destination addiction. Like, okay, what am I going to focus on next? Now, what am I going to focus on next? Now, like, focus on one thing. There was something like, so back in like 2019, I did this really awesome class and I don't remember it. I need to go back and look, but I did this really awesome class. I taught it, and I talked about how you need to celebrate your wins, like pause. So I feel like this Cancer full moon is about celebrating your wins and not about overextending your energy anymore to get more wins. Just celebrate the ones that you have now, right? Allow yourself to pause for a minute and not to overextend yourself. Let's see what the Six of Pentacles is. Two of Swords. Ooh. Yeah, it's time to get decisive where you once weren't decisive before, I guess. I mean, I know that you don't want to make any decisions, but for some of you, it's about not overthinking too. I have the Star at the bottom of the deck. So this is really, like a great journey. Like the star to me is about the journey that we're all on. And it all individually looks different in so many ways, right? It all looks really individually different. So we have the 9 of Pentacles on the 6 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles on the 6 of Pentacles, I'm like, the way that you're going to become independent and abundant on your own is if you give to yourself, give back to yourself. Now is the time to give back to yourself. And the decisions that you need to make about other people, right, can wait. The Queen of Swords with the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. I feel like there's this overthinking. That Queen of Swords, sort of has tunnel vision. And when she gets tunnel vision, she can overthink like cray. For some of you, it's because you're an air sign. For some of you, it's just because you're a Virgo or you just overthink a lot. I'm not picking on you guys, I promise. But yeah, this is about your growth right now. This is about your growth right now. And you don't have to answer any of the questions that you have about other people right now. This is about you. This is a focus on you. This is a focus on what you want for your happily ever after. And then whoever and whatever comes along while you're focusing on your happily ever after, whatever comes along with that, bonus. Make your life beautiful. Heal your heart so that you can see the beauty in life, because that's what it takes sometimes. And that's what this Cancer full moon, it's giving us some opportunities to remove ourselves from the idea that we have to build a future based on other people in our lives, because we think that having other people in our lives is what's going to make us happy. But I was at my happiest when I met my partner. I was at my happiest in life when I met Henry. And he just like expanded it and made it better. I wouldn't ask for another life at this point at all. And I couldn't have said that 3 years ago. I could not have said that 3 years ago before he came into my life. So there's that you have to be happy first. You can't wait to do things in your life or have people in your life or whatever it is for your life. You can't wait to do all of that and then be happy. Like, that's not really fair to you. So, love this. I love this reading. And I hope you guys have a really great Cancer full moon. Thanks for hanging out with me and all the support you gave me this year. And make sure you go watch your 6-month reading. All of them are published, and all of the January rising sign readings are going to be published on the 31st on Patreon. So we would love to have you join us on Patreon as well. Love you guys. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.